can't always. I need more box shirts.
My bad. I didn't even think of it. You anyway wearing the most ugly one of the lot.
No, that's
Like
a
that
nice
checker
one.
60/60 one's trash.
No,
This
it's not.
is
I
beautiful.
hate.
This is beautiful.
No, I hate it. If it's not green and gold, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
shit. Well, then show me your green and gold Springbok jersey.
I've only got fake ones. Because they're a lot cheaper. I feel like I'm getting extorted for paying what's it 1.4 grand for a jersey.
Yes.
We've got 60% poverty.
Unscripted.
Who's buying a 1.4k jersey? No one.
Lots of people.
Yeah, Brett, you're part of the problem. You're one of those privileged people in this country that actually has money.
I have no money.
Welcome back to
Okay,
Seven
we'll start.
Unscripted, episode
There you go.
143. I'm keeping this in. This was a great little conversation. Boys, Rassie Rasmus has announced the squad to go up north. As they said in Game of Thrones, we will become King of the North once again, right? We have got standards. These boys selected, they should win every single one of these games. And we'll get into the squad shortly. Brett, how are you doing?
Yeah, lekker, mooi. I'm very excited for this episode because there's going to be a lot of I told you so's coming from this smug face right here. So I'm pumped for this episode. I'm pumped. This oak's cleaning his screen, so he's also pumped.
Wants to look pretty.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, I just completely forgot that, it was getting announced today. And the next minute I checked the squad, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a squad announcement. Good surprise to have because it reminds you that we're pretty close to international rugby again. So that's great. And overall, I think the squad is very good.
Can you guys hear that sound as well? Okay,
Okay,
we had some technical errors there. That's why there's a little glitch. Usually it's just Safas Unscripted. But I mean, you would have been sitting here and watching us trying to figure some stuff out for like 10 minutes. Brett, how are you doing?
Breven, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, yeah, we lost where we were even. But
Okay.
yeah, like I said, excited.
Yeah. Enough mucking about. Boys, let's talk Springboks.
Casual, how are you doing?
I'm okay. So first and foremost, are there any surprises before we start going into the squad? Are there guys there included that you didn't expect to be there? Brevan, how surprised are you that Cameron Anakom is not there?
I wouldn't say I'm that surprised. I did think that it might be a possibility that he wouldn't be in there. My personal opinion, I would have, but like I said in the group when we saw this squad, it's not a train smash in my opinion. Like, I do think there are series coming up next year where I think the mid-year series or our home series that we host, I think we're hosting like, is it not a few weaker sides like Samoa and in one of those? I think that's the perfect opportunity to maybe introduce him there. But yeah, I personally would have had him, but I wouldn't say I'm shocked because, like Brett alluded to, like no one's done anything necessarily to get kicked out, if that makes sense. So it's not that. I still think he's got a lot more to give, and he'll get there eventually. But yeah,
in my opinion, this was the perfect time to get him in. While you still have your experience there, I think. How old is Marco van Staden?
28.
late
28.
20s, yeah.
I just think he's so much better. I'd have Cameron Anakom there instead of, for instance, Marco van Staden. I think this was the perfect opportunity to where we all identify Cameron Anakom as like the future Springbok, right? So to have him there with the experienced guys, not going up against Winnie the Pooh opponents, just actual opponents that he can play rugby against with the experienced guys. I would have him on the bench, not necessarily starting, but at least have him in the training squad. They're part of the team, part of the environment, get him used to that. And then obviously he can start starting games, for instance, against Italy. But I thought this was the perfect opportunity to kind of reward him for his good 2 seasons that he's had, or season and a half that he's had, and say, listen, okay, you're traveling with us, get into the training squad, because I think he could be a future captain as well. He's so good. So I think this is a massive missed opportunity not to have Cameron Hanekom there.
Yeah, let me tell you why I completely disagree. So when you made a video on your other social media platform, I think about a week ago, where you said that these are the guys that you expect to be in the end of year tour, and your first
Want
person
to
meant,
see there. Want to
sorry,
see. Want
Yeah,
to see, or I think will be future debutants or whatever in
yes,
the near
and
future.
I said, what does Hanekom do that Ulrich Lowe doesn't do? And you said, what has that got to do with the post? The point that I'm trying to make is that Hanekom and Ulrich Lowe are players like for like. To compare him with Marco van Staden it doesn't make sense, because Marco van Staden is a six flank. Hanekom, yes, like you said on the group, that he has played six for the Bulls before, but he's not a six flank. He doesn't fit in there. It's not his role. He's too quick for six flank. He's potent at 7 or 8. That's it.
Okay.
Potentially lock. So that's why I excluded Marco van Staden in the conversation. Marco van Staden is there for a different role than what Hanekom would be. So
Yeah, but Brett, we switch it around, right? So Peter Steff plays our 6 flank, which means that, Hanekom would be wearing the 6, but he'd play as the 7 flank, which he obviously plays for the Bulls. So he'd still play his normal role. And I know Ulrich Lowe is there, don't get me wrong. I understand that he's there, but that's why I'm talking about getting him into the setup, right? Ulrich Lowe can cover that 8 position as well. We can have 2 Lucies on the bench. You can leave out Kwagga for, let's say, one game to give Hanekom that experience off the bench, because it's probably going to be Ulrich Lowe and Kwagga Smith on the bench. That's just what I mean, like just getting him into the setup. I completely get what you're saying. He's not going to be a usual right now, but just to get him into that fold, he can always replace Sia from the bench, instead of Marco van Staden, because he will be playing the 7, actually. You get what I mean?
But also what I'm trying to say, sorry, Bevan, I'll let you go now. What I'm also trying to say is that this Springbok squad that was selected, it's clear that there's one goal, and that's to demolish the North. That is it. There's no if, buts, or maybes. This team has to go put 40 past Scotland, 40 past England, well, potentially, and just dismantle everyone that they play against. Wales, they're in for a 50, 60 pointer here. This is my now prediction. This is not my general prediction. That's what I take from this squad. And there's no
that would be the expectation.
Yes, there's no handouts. Like, that's what I'm saying. A Hanekom wouldn't have made it anyway. A Walker Lowe, who I think deserves it as well. There's no. It's guys that these guys are there for one job. That's to insert international dominance, and there's no handouts.
I mean, I could be saying like Hanekom should be there and Marco van Staden not, but in the end, like, I don't even expect Marco van Staden to play, if you think about it. Brevan, what's your thoughts on the Hanekom situation and what we've just mentioned before?
I'm with both of you, to be honest. I can't not disagree with any one of you. Like, it's just, the only game I personally think Hanekom would have played would be against Wales, and it would have been off the bench possibly. So I don't know if it was maybe.
That would have been lovely. The team that could have possibly poached him.
Yeah, but like, I think what I'm trying to say is rather keep him with the Bulls and keep him, fits ready. Keep him.
You'd love that. You'd love that.
I could not be asked to have one of those. Our Springboks go away and we decide to turn into bottle jobs properly. But yeah, like I think his time will come. And it's just about him now staying focused and consistent and not being too down about it. Because, like I said, I don't think it's a train smash. Because, unfortunately, we are in an era where Springbok squad selection is one of the hardest things to do in the world at the moment. So it's just what it is. And I do expect him to be there next year, mid-year.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a couple more players that I thought they felt, or they're a bit hard done. But obviously, Rassie has come out and said, listen, I know there's a couple of boys that are unlucky, right? Because it isn't a massive squad necessarily picked. But if you think of it, like, I truly believe that this is the time that we should start looking to the future. And I'm not saying next World Cup already or whatever, but we've got a good balance of experienced guys. And that's why I thought the younger guys can come through. Like, for instance, look at our scrummies. Obviously, Faf isn't there. I don't know if he's still injured or whatever, but we've got Jaden Hendrickse, we've got Kobus Reinach, and we've got Grant Williams. Right? Now, obviously, the thought process will probably be they're going Jaden Hendrickse and Grant Williams. But it's like, what does Ambrose Papier have to do more to be there? Or at least involved, right? Like, he's been the best 9 by a mile, in my opinion. By a mile.
He's
then you look at
certainly
like,
better than Jaden Hendrickse for me.
Yeah. But then, obviously, Kobus Reinach is the older one, but will he be able to see the next 3 years in a Springbok jersey? Do you think he'll still be there? You know, that's kind of...
fizzled out.
Yeah, so then why not bring in Ambrose Papier, who's had 2 of the best seasons any 9 has had? Like, he's been the best 9, in my opinion, in the URC. Then you look at Makazole Mapimpi as well. I know he's not going to start or anything, but why is Edwil van der Merwe not there? Like, he's so much younger. He offers so much more. He's on great form. He played 1 game for the Boks, literally nearly a man of the match performance. So I just feel like there's a couple of opportunities missed for rewarding guys on form. That's already been boxed before as well. That's Brett. What's your thoughts on that?
This is where I completely agree. The Makazole Mapimpi one for me, this is going to sound very disgusting what I'm about to say, but it feels like it's now become a charity case. Like, everyone's still feeling sorry for the Oak, the multi-millionaire, well-endorsed Springbok and Sharks player. People are still feeling sorry for him because he doesn't add anything for me to the Springbok side. Anything. Van der Merwe is better than the high ball than him. He steps better. He tackles better. He can actually step. Like Makazole Mapimpi is like a Makai Ntini that cannot bowl a slower ball. But I don't know.
My point is just, how old is Mapimpi, right?
33, 34.
Yeah, why is he still there while you have Edwil van der Merwe as well? That's probably going to push towards playing ahead of Colby for the next World Cup, because Colby isn't that young anymore, right? Like, Edwil van der Merwe is like 4 years younger, 4 years younger. So Edwil will probably want to push for that next World Cup spot. Now, he's not there, but Mapimpi is there, who you definitely know is not going to be there for the next World Cup, because who plays a 37-year-old winger, 36-year-old winger?
I personally would, if there was going to be a radical change and you want to put a person in that shouldn't be there, well, not shouldn't be there, but I would rather play Max. What's the wing from the Lions? What's his surname?
Rabs Matswane.
Yes, I'd rather play him over Mapimpi. He can finish. He's a
and how old is he? Let me check. How old is he? Brevin, what's your thoughts on Ambrose not being there?
Look, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, because I think Ambrose is he's a weird player. Let's just say that. Sometimes he can be incredibly good, and sometimes I feel like he just is not there. He's being a bit too inconsistent. And like, don't get me wrong, his speed among the rucks, his speed to try and get the ball out quickly, it's all good and well, but it's just a bit of too much inconsistency for me. But yeah, I personally think that I would maybe have him over my personal opinion, Jaden Hendrickse. But then again, Jaden does have a good box kick, which is in some points of our game plan important. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. But I'm not feeling.
Jaden's probably as well there to kick off the tee now if they're gonna have Mani starting the game.
Maybe, yeah. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. There's something about the squad that I'm like, there's nothing I can really. I think there's maybe one thing.
There's no surprises.
I think just maybe Andre Esthuizen for me, it's like, I don't know why he's there. That's a bit of that's
by the way, Rabs Matswane is 29 years old. I thought he's a bit younger, to be fair. But Brevin, elaborate on that. Why do you think Andre Esterhuizen is lucky. I think the fact that Andre Esterhuizen is there solidifies the fact that we will not see Lucanio Am and Jesse Kriel as a center partnership again. The fact that they've brought that in, because obviously we all wanted to see it. It didn't work. It was shocking. But yeah, I just think that kind of eliminates even the thought of that. But I don't even think Andre Esterhuizen plays. I think Dialender plays all 3 games, the full 80.
Yeah. Look, I think if anything, maybe this may be a bit biased, but I would have had David Creel over Andre. I think David's been better than Andre. So, but then again, like you said, it's a you're sending a squad that you know has been there, done it, and you know that's what they're there to do. But yeah, I just don't think since he's come back to the Sharks, he's had some good moments here and there, but I just don't think he's been the Andre Esterhuizen we were calling for when we wanted him to get this opportunity at 12 for the Boks. So yeah,
well, he hasn't been that bad for the Sharks, really, has he? Like outside of the Boks, how old is David Kriel, by the way?
Mid-20s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he deserves it that much more than Esterhuizen. I think Esterhuizen has been decent for the Sharks. Same with Reinhard Jonker. I mean, we are still we have depth in that inside center position. Don't forget, Ethan Hooker is probably the guy that I want to see there immediately. Right? Above Andre Esterhuizen, above Reinhard Jonker, above David Kriel, because he's that young as well. He can carry that as well. But yeah, Brett, what's your thoughts on?
They need to play Ethan Hooker at 12. For everyone to be in agreement on that, because we know he's at 12, we know he's good at the junior box, but at this level, we need to see him. Like, is he going to be able to? Would he be able to have stopped Tuipulotu or whatever running at him? I don't know. So we'll see. I think he needs to have more game time at 12.
Yeah, but the thing is, we all spotted him as the inside center to how good he was when he played at 12 for the Sharks near the end of last season. Right? Yeah. Like if there was no Andre Esterhuizen, we would be talking about him being in that 12 jersey. But now the best thing for Ethan Hooker to do now, pack his bags and come to the Stormers, come play 12 for us. There you go. I mean, that would be the perfect move for him, actually. Anyway,
sounds amazing.
Let's start going through the team slowly, right? Because as we said, there's no real surprises when it comes to this. Starting off, we have 6 props. We're going Thomas de Toy, Vincent Koch, Oxen Che. Oh my goodness, I've just lost it. Gerard Steenekamp and then Frans Malherbe, right? 6 props, no surprises there. Obviously, Volker low, but then no.
Yeah, and Jan-Hendrik Wessels is also there as a utility forward.
Yeah.
He's obviously a hooker and prop, so I can't see how he'll play any games at hooker with Marks and Bongi there. So
the only way that he plays is if there's an injury to one of the hookers. Because if there's injury to the props, there's already a backup for that props, So I don't see him getting any game time unless it's an injury to either Malcolm Marks or Bongi Manambi. But how do you guys feel about us sticking with those two and the replacement being Jan-Hendrik Wessels so no third choice hooker, let's say Johan Grobler. By the way, red card rescinded. Did you guys hear? Again.
Shock. But anyways, yeah, I mean, again, I think Johan Grobler, did he take his opportunity that well when he got given it recently? That can be debated. But I don't know. I think Rassie just likes the look of Jan-Hendrik Wessels. Like there's something that Rassie really enjoys about him. And I'm not saying he's a bad player.
It's favoritism. Because Jan-Hendrik has not performed as he's played as well.
Yeah, but like I said, I think he has a lot more to offer from what I've seen. So yeah, I don't think Johan Grobler is unlucky. I think he kind of just needs to find that form again that he was in. But yeah, I mean, who else would you have put? Who would you have put at that Jan-Hendrik Wessels spot?
No, I'm happy with it. I actually do like the fact that we have someone that can play both sides, only purely because it's a replacement of the replacements, So yeah, I'm pretty fine with that. Brett, what's your thoughts on the front row that's going?
That front row obviously the strongest in the world, so no issues there. But I do think that Jan-Hendrik Wessels just got a free trip to Europe. I I'm trying to put him in somewhere. Where will he play? Maybe do they rest Malcolm Marx in the Welsh game? How I see the Welsh game happening is I see, especially with the three fullbacks. Sorry, we'll get to that now. But like maybe a fussy starts with a Willemse on the bench, and then the next game a Willemse starts with a Willie Leroux on the bench, and then the next game Willie Leroux starts with a Willemse on the bench. And I think that could be the thing with the hookers now. Maybe Hendrik Wessels is number 16 on the team sheets against Wales, and then not again.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I just think he doesn't play a single game unless there's some sort of injury to one of the hookers. I don't think he plays a prop. I don't think he plays prop a single game because we've got 6 props, right? 3 for each side. So even if one of them gets injured, the other one just slots in, right? So then you still have your starter and your guy on the bench. Anyway, let's get to the exciting one. Because Brett, you're
wrong.
Yeah, but you're wrong on this one. Brett, your best friend is back. And it's given us a massive, massive headache, right? Because this is a good talking point. Our locks has gone from everyone injured to everyone available. And now you've got this proper positive headache of who do you play? Because Eben's taking that 4 jersey. Definitely. Yeah. But Franco Mostert, back again. Now it's like, but Roan Orkia, the like-for-like replacement, played absolutely brilliantly. So obviously you just move one of them to the bench, right? Until you see the Viking has also come back. And all of a sudden, all these Irish people that hated him, he's become your poster boy for Leinster, your biggest team. And he'll definitely be involved because you don't want to lose that impact.
Let the lock take this one first.
Yeah, River, what would you do?
Depending on how Franco's doing, I'd chuck him straight in, I think he's just world class. There's not much more you can say about the guy. And then, unfortunately, my guy, Roan Nokia, misses out. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Maybe Nokia gets a game against Wales, per se. If they're going to do a slight rotation in that game, maybe there. But I think you go straight back to Franco Mostert starting at 5 and bringing Ake off the bench. I think it's the obvious decision because we know it works so well. And you know, Franco will make you 15 plus tackles in a game, you know, and you'll be at every single ruck. He's so good in the lineouts. We saw our lineouts were a bit shaky when he was away. So I would, if he's 100% to go, I would put him back in.
Yeah, the thing is, we can't even do what we did when we had Salman Murate, where it's like we went with a couple of games. I think it was against Ireland where we had two lock replacements on the bench. But the thing is, like, we've only got Eben, and then the rest is all just 5s, right? So we're not even going to do that. So one of them just blatantly has to miss out. And I think Ergia, he's involved. Doesn't matter where he is, he will be involved. Brett, what do you? I'm guessing you just agree with Prevan, because I mean, he's your best friend.
Okay, so so this is how I'm playing it off my head. So I think the first game, I think Ergia sits out. I think Mostert's on the bench, and I think Roan Orkia starts because the last 2 tests he played, he was immense. He played 8. Oops, sorry, I don't know what happened now. Played 80 tests, 80 minutes, and like he did nothing wrong. He doesn't deserve to not be there. And him and Eben partnered up very well. So I think that Norkia and Eben start with Franco Mostert on the bench, and Ergia sits this one out. And against England, there will be a different rotation.
The thing is,
England
if you
will
want
be the focused up one. Like Ergia and Franco Mostert, they will be involved in the England game, in my opinion. I can see them all rotating for the 3 games. So everyone will get a game to start, everyone will get a game on the bench, and everyone will sit out one of the games.
So I just think if you want to ease him back into it, that would be the best plan, is kind of just let him come off the bench for 30 minutes and let him get back into the flow of things. But yeah, I mean, the Oaks, he may not be looking the biggest and the jackest, but like he's probably the hardest out of everyone there. It's just that's how he is. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's so good to have him back. Like that's a non-negotiation. Like we've missed him a lot, so I'm keen to see him again.
When does the training camps start before our first game? How long before that? 1 week? 2 weeks?
Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I was thinking like maybe just keep him in the training squad for the first weekend, and then he plays the final 2 weekends, just to like kind of like how much contact has he had? Has he played any games, or is this going to be his first game back?
Probably his first game back.
Yeah, so I'd probably just let him rest up for the first one, and then the final 2.
But it's
We need to
Scotland.
get him on the pod. We need to get him on the pod.
Yeah, that's your job.
I mean,
That's your job, Brett. Anyway.
yeah. I mean, is the physicality a problem though? Because I mean, we're playing Scotland.
I mean, the guy's already just smashed. Yeah, he's a train wreck of a guy, so he'll be ready. He'll just bash into people.
I'm just messing around, yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the Lucies, right? Because obviously we spoke about Cameron Anakom, but we didn't even know if he'll really get game time. Because Siya Kolisi is there, Captain Rugby, Captain South Africa. Peter Steve to tackle.
Captain, I'm getting divorced.
Yeah, breaking news. Breaking news. Let's not make jokes about it.
It's not a joke, it's a fact.
No, but I was going to say, let's not make jokes about it. But you know, when guys go through a heartbreak, they play extra well.
Yeah. How long has this divorce been? So for those that don't know, Siya Kolisi is getting divorced. They posted it on their social media, so it's public news.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, but we've got Siya Kolisi, we've got Pieter Stef to tackle, we've got Jasper Wiese, Elrich Louw still there, Marco van Staren there. Do we think we see Elrich Louw just playing off the bench? I want to see him at 8 again. I'm not going to lie. I want to see him get a full game at 8 again.
Yeah, I think he starts. I think he starts over Wiese in the Welsh game. I honestly do. I think him, Siya and Pieter Stef are the loose trio. And then Wiese against England because he plays against the English in his league.
Yeah, I think that's where Ulrich will get a start is against Wales. It would be pretty. I think it's important to give him a bit of a start as well. But yeah, look, I mean, against England, I agree. Jasper starts, and then that's just that Scotland game where I think they go Jasper and Ulrich comes off the bench. So I don't think we need to overthink it.
Just imagine, right? If you had your Lucies as Siya, Pieter Stef, and Elrich Louw, right? They offer you literally everything. And then coming off the bench, you had Kwagga Smith and Cameron Anakom. Or even Cameron Anakom starting in that 8 jersey, and then you had Elrich and Kwagga coming on. It's damage. That is proper damage.
That is damage.
But we're not
buts and maybes.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the backs. We already spoke about the 9s. But we expect probably Jaden and Henrikse to start. And I think Manie Libbok starts every single game. No. Because the best player in the world's back. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Damian Willemse start one of the games at 10 with Andre coming off the bench.
If that would have been the case, Willemse would have been listed as a utility back. He is not in the fly-half department. He is as the back 3, so that's not going to happen. I would like to see that though, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be.
But I saw a lineup where he's listed alongside Canan Moody as a utility back.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I also saw the one Brett saw. I saw the one where he was listed as an outside back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, either way, they can be listed whatever they want. I still think that Rassie would be like, okay, I want you to play 10 maybe. I mean, he's Rassie after all.
There's an injury.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't go that route. I think you stick him in 15, and I'm tired of throwing that oak. I know he's a utility, he can be, but just keep him there at 15 and let him do his job. Like, I think he is fantastic there, and he doesn't need to go around playing 12, 10. Maybe for Stormers it's a different story, but for the Boks, I think that 15 jersey is his. People will argue fussy, but I can't see that.
No,
in my
no,
opinion. I
no,
don't see it. I just think Willemse is
no.
incredible. But yeah,
Listen,
um,
there's not, Fussy's been great. He's been a great representative of the green and
Good.
gold.
Good. Not great.
There is not a single thing on this earth that he does better than Damian Willemse. Like, yeah, he's great under the eyeball. Willemse is also great under the eyeball. Willemse is more secure in defense. He's got a better step. Okay, fine. Fussy maybe a bit quicker. That's all. Damian Willemse plays 80 minutes every single game. It has to be at fullback, in my opinion. I know Willie, whatever, 100 games. That's Willemse's jersey. He hasn't been there for the England, for the Irish games or for the rugby championship. Get him some game time back in the green and gold. Play him 80 minutes in that number 15 jersey. Fussy can sit there and watch from the side. And if something had to happen in training or whatever, then Fussy can possibly come in. That is Willemse's jersey every day of the week. Willemse just play the game of his life against Munster. Right, man of the match performance in that 10 jersey. Now imagine him with the class of the Springboks around him. He'll cook. He's still going to win a World Player of the Year as well. I'm telling you now, boys, this is the best player in the world, and the best player in the world, you play in the best position, and that's 15. Thank you.
that's speech. But yeah, I mean, it's like a no-brainer for me. I just think, why would you not utilize him when you have him at your disposal? Like, he's world class, and just a firm example of letting a guy play through his youth and whatever, and he'll turn into a great player, and that's exactly what's happened. So yeah, but I just wanted to say, with regards to the Marnie situation, I do think he starts. I don't know how many though, but I think in that England game, I think Pollard starts. I'm not gonna lie.
All day of the week. He plays in the Prem. Of course, he'll start.
Yeah. I think he'll start against England. Scotland, Marnie should start, in my opinion, and probably Wales as well.
Because Marnie owns Scotland.
Yeah. Well, Brett, not what you think will happen. If you were Rassie, how many games do you start, Marnie?
Just the one. Just the Welsh test. Just the one. I think Marnie's just come back from honeymoon and he's going straight into a Bok camp. He's low on confidence. He's high in sperm count, I assume. But so
we low in sperm count. That's what you mean, because he's lost a bit of it.
Nice one.
That's not how sperm works, but okay.
Is it not?
He's not got a
Oh,
a rugby podcast. Not a bloody
high sperm count. Because he's got so much testosterone pumping through him now. So okay, never mind.
Fair enough. I'm no biologist. The people are going to listen to this and think, "Wow, we knew Catwell was stupid, but now we think he's very stupid."
No, I didn't mean to. Okay, anyway, carrying on. I feel like Marnie needs to gain a shit ton of confidence first. So throw him in the Welsh game, and then come off the bench the next two.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to think about it the way that I am, but it's like, if Marnie plays, he has to start, in my opinion, because we said it before. Like, Andre can come on and he can secure you the game with his boot, whether it's kicking to goal or playing the territory game or whatever. I want to see Marnie flourish from the start, get his creativity going, get us in the lead nice and early. That's just the way that I see it. But what I think we will see is Marnie starting one game, possibly 2 games, and then Pollard and then Damian starting. I don't see Pollard starting a single game. I don't think
Why? Why would you not see him starting?
If Pollard gets injured, then you have to, like, what do you do then, right?
Then you make plans. You don't plan like that. You don't plan for injury.
No, of course not. But so what are we doing? Like, Pollard starts the England game, who's on the bench?
Sorry?
If Pollard starts, who's on the bench? Marnie.
Yes.
But then what happens if it plays out the same way as the Argentinian game?
Then that's life, eh? Like,
Yeah, I don't think it will at all because I feel like not one of those three teams that we're playing against is going to come within 15 points of the Springboks. Especially
Not at the Alien Stadium. Whatever, not at the Alien Stadium. Listen, the reason that I'm saying this, right, is not just trying to be delusional. Like we've seen it before. Like our team is split into roles, right? Like you have your starters, and then you have the guys on the coming from the bench. They have a specific role, and I think that is Andre Pollard's role now to play that player 23 jersey to control the game at the end when he comes on. Not necessarily to play the full 80 minutes. Because what happens if we play like Argentina and that guy's out on his feet near 30 minutes? Obviously, there's no heat like that. But I'm just saying, like, anything can happen, right? And I'd rather bring on Andre to secure the game. Like, just control the game. That just makes more sense. That just feels like his role coming from the bench. That's why I'd play Mani literally every single game. Especially if you have Jaden there.
Willemse is there at the back. So you don't have to worry about a fussy messing up or missing tackles. So that's why I say it doesn't matter who's at 10.
Yeah, fair enough. I just love Mani, as you know. I love Mani and I want to see Mani play every single game.
So do I. I'm a big Mani advocate. But yeah.
Do we reckon we see the same wingers every game? Cheslin Colby, Kurtley Arendse? Caden Moody maybe slotting. I think Caden Moody plays against England. If they're going to go with that high ball bomb threat and you put on Moody there, I think that's maybe the game where we see Damian Willemse playing 10, right? Fussy at fullback for that high ball with Caden Moody on the right wing and Cheslin Colby on the left wing. That's what I'm thinking. Just nullify that high ball threat completely. And then you have Andre Pollard coming on, replacing Fussy. Willemse goes to fullback after we've got the lead and kind of secured the game.
I don't think we play that game as conservative as you think. I think it's
we
Colby
shouldn't.
we shouldn't. Colby and
no, but that's not a conservative game, right?
It is.
You nullify them, but it's still dangerous players.
With your logic, we're bargaining on them having the ball and putting bombs up and giving us the ball. They first have to get the ball from our pack, and that's not happening. So the one or two potential threats of the high ball, Colby and Arendse is good enough against anybody in the world. So adding a Moody because he's taller just takes away the fact that we want to score electrifying quick tries with Arendse and Colby.
Yeah, but you can still do that with Moody, right?
You can, but why change it? Why change it if it's already there?
No, but what I'm saying, what's stopping England from playing the same game as they did in the semi-final, where we saw that is where they exploited us, right? They just got that ball up high for their wingers to chase. Now, if you take away that threat because you have Fussy and you have Moody, that doesn't affect the running game of us too much, right? Like Fussy's still going to run that ball. Moody's still going to run that ball. It's not a stale game where we just defend or anything. So you take that away, but we still play our running rugby. So if they get the ball, they know they can't do that tactic. They're not going to run through us. They have zero creativity at the moment. That's just what I'm thinking. Like their only threat, take it away. Brevan?
But now, do you? I personally don't think we should change our identity to suit them. But like at the end of the day, if England are going to come and hit bombs up in the air the whole day, I don't think they will. I think they'll have to give it a go. And the reason I say that is, what identity do they have? And they have to find an identity very soon because they have to play with that identity till the World Cup. And I'm sure they don't want to go into the 2027 World Cup kicking bombs into there. I'm sure that's not in their bingo
By the way,
list.
they don't have Johnny May or Fred Stewart anymore. I forgot about that. So, and those were the two guys that really chased the ball. Okay.
Look, I think they have. Look, I think they lost Felix Jones. Not great. That was a big
terrible.
Massive loss. So I think
I heard he's a Skype coach now.
No, literally working remotely. That's what he does.
Back in COVID, bro. What the hell?
Yeah. But honestly, we shouldn't change anything, in my opinion. We just need to go and play our game plan that we've stuck to for the past year and back it, because the best teams in the world don't make adjustments for other teams. other teams make adjustments for the best team in the world. That's how it works.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yeah, but my
that's
point
what
is
I'll
not
say.
to adjust our whole game plan. I still said you play your Tony Brown attacking. You can still play your attacking rugby Tony Brown style, right? With Kanan Moody and Apelile Fassi. Like both of them have played. And you don't change your tactic. I'm just saying,
Are you
if they kick the ball, you have a bit more security under that ball then for one game.
saying you want Moody and Fussy to play against England?
That's what I think they'll do.
Then we're losing.
Why?
I don't even think Willemse plays against England. I think it's the World Cup winning back three. Willie Leroux 15 with Arendse and Colby on the wings.
Okay, but
With Jesse Creel and Darlenda, with Pollard starting with Kobus Reinach at 9. That's the back line I play against.
World Cup winning back three at Willemse.
Huh?
World Cup winning back three at Willemse, right?
I'm not talking about the final. I'm talking about the World Cup. The whole World Cup. Was Willie Leroux played most?
No.
Anyway. Okay, well, we're not going to argue about that because, like, we're
Your backline is whack. Fussy is not playing against England.
I think he is.
Why? Why?
Brett, I'm not saying he's better,
He catch
right?
the ball and do nothing with it. What do I do now?
No, because you're underrating him now. You're underrating him horribly, okay? What is the one threat that England had the whole time? What's the eyeball threat, right? And I'm just thinking, if you take that away...
Farrell was their threat.
Drop goals.
Farrell's attacking high ball is probably the best in the world.
Yeah, but Alex Mitchell, his box kick is very good as well.
Apparently, Mitchell's injured, is he not?
Yeah.
Or is he back?
No, he's in.
Listen, if I had it my way, Willemse plays every single game, right? And Mani Libbok plays every single game. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kanan Moody and Apelile Fassi.
Fussy, I can see if they could possibly make that call. I'm not saying I'd agree with it, but Moody, I don't think they'll put him anywhere near that team against England. I'll be honest. Wales at most.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be so surprised if it's not Willie or Willemse playing against England.
I would be as well.
If you're going with Fussy against England, I think we're going to lose that game.
No, it's not going to cost us the game. Brett, listen, if they wanted to play Willie, they would have played Willie against Argentina. I think Willie was more likely to play against Argentina than he is to play against England.
No.
In a decider, in the Rugby Championship decider.
The team is tougher opposition.
Yeah, but the one was a decider for the championship and they didn't even back him.
No, because they knew they got Peter Steph Toy, they got flipping their whole pack back.
Yeah, but we've still got our whole pack for England, right? So it's anyway. Thank you for watching, everyone. This was a good episode, juicy. Anyway, please do remember to like and subscribe. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.